Those of us interested in digital currencies, Bitcoin has surged to a record high amid rising interest from investors and claims that the volatile cryptocurrency is on the way to becoming a mainstream payment method across the world. On Sunday, it hit a new high of more than $34,800 on the 12th anniversary of the Bitcoin network being created. Now, check this out on your screen. This is a spike in the growth of cryptocurrency between 2017 and 2021. This is what happened at the end of 2020. You can see the spike there on your screen, a very huge spike. And we're getting investors tell us that this could be a game changer for decisions by various investors across the world in this particular year. This is big. Looking at the spike from 2017, it had issues. It had a plummeting issue, but it had to rise somewhere in 2018 despite the global economic crunch and maintain its balance. But in 2020, that was somewhere in December, the figures just went unimaginable. Helping us put all these things into perspective, especially when Ghana has, of course, indeed placed it as illegal, is that of the founder of iSolve, in the person of Henry Kobler. He joins us via Zoom. Henry, we're so grateful that you joined us. First of all, what does this really mean for investors, especially when we do know that the trade in Bitcoin is somewhat illegal in Ghana?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that you hit the nail right on the head. It's very sort of illegal to sort of trade with Bitcoins in Ghana. I mean, based on regulations pushed out by Bank of Ghana. But I think that globally people are using this sort of currency to do their trading, especially because it's the digital age and you don't expect anything out there to be of that nature. And so for the currency sort of to spike to that high, I think that there are lots of factors that are pushing on to that, and that is really cashing in a lot for a lot of investors.
Henry, hold on there, because I want us to pull up on our screens the current state of cryptocurrency in Ghana, the current state of it. And we have a three-pointed factor to help us understand the true state of Bitcoin in Ghana. The first being that the BOG says trading and using Bitcoin in the country is not yet legal, as you rightly stated, and it references that of the Payment Systems Act 2003. The second is that there is currently a settlement and payment bills before Parliament, which will cater for the use of cryptocurrencies in the future. Some more good news for players like yourself. And the third, of which I'll come to you, is that demand for cryptocurrencies have spiked, with dealers and buyers now operating a black market regime. How do you respond to this, Henry?
So I think that definitely the Bank of Ghana is just doing what it's responsible to be able to do, which definitely just pushing up regulations to be able to make use of that currency. But then I think that globally, it's a currency that you can control people from having hold to it and trading with it. Definitely people are going to look at the spike now and rush into it. I can give you just somewhat background to it. So in 2017, the same spike came and sure. It actually pushed to a record value of $20,000. And just by beginning of last year, it plunged to as low as $3,000. And so I'm sure that at that time, investors of that currency relatively were having issues relatively trusting the currency.
Okay.
Getting to the middle of the year, it actually spiked up to like $8,000. And before December, it goes down to $28,000 now to $34,000, and now coming back to $32,000.
So
now, it's very volatile.
It's somewhat jerky there. It's somewhat jerky. But if I could end on this note very briefly, Henry, where do we see the future, especially when we're having the Bank of Ghana express some sort of measured interest as against the avid thirst for the currency to be traded in the country? Where do you see the future of Bitcoin?
I think that, like I keep saying, it's a global currency, and so sort of you have a lot of people jumping onto it. But the Bank of Ghana is really doing a lot of work back time to make sure that it looks into the dynamics of it and puts up regulations to it. I mean, it's not just about Bitcoins. There are other alternative coins, and even the central banks are relatively pulling up coins to make sure that they can push in some regulations in terms of the trading of these digital currencies.
Okay.
And so I think that they are doing some level of work in there to make sure that citizens can benefit from this digital age currencies that are trailing.
Great. Henry, we're so grateful. We shall continue this discussion. He is the president, the founder of iSolve Africa.